Well, hi, Scorpios. Welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your weekly reading. So I have shuffled these cards very well. I'm going to shuffle them a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading. So, Scorpios, what can you expect coming up in your life? If this reading resonates, it's probably your reading. If it does not resonate, it probably is not your reading. I would check your moon sign because your moon sign is your private emotional side. All cards are male or female. Scorpios. There you are as a water sign. So, let's get started. The overall energy of your reading is the Three of Wands. This is waiting for your ship to come in. You have your hand on a staff of fresh starts and new beginnings, and you're looking out over the world. There's three ships out there, and you're hoping for one of them to come in. And you're hoping it is your ship. So you're wondering about that, and you're ready to move forward. This surrounds your entire reading. Up here in your highest energy is the Emperor. So the Emperor is the card for Aries. Aries might be strong in your chart or around this reading in someone else's chart. But more importantly, the Emperor is, it's about somebody holding true to themselves. Somebody who is, they know how they see their life going, okay? They know how they want their life to go. And they're just kind of, this is a granite throne. It's very, very heavy. And they just kind of like, stay put. They're stubborn. They're fixed-minded. This is your energy about holding true to yourself. You're very well liked. You're very well respected by others. Sometimes you be in employment of being in the court system, following rules, being a leader in your profession, an owner, a manager, something like that. But you are holding true to yourself, and you're not going to settle, with the Emperor being in your highest energy. So, you're waiting for your ship to come in. These are the two highest energy cards in your reading. You're waiting for your ship to come in. You're looking for a fresh start and new beginning. But, at the same time, you are going to be careful by staying true to yourself. So, I like that energy. That's very, very good. Next to the Emperor is the Four of Cups. You are, just like I said, you are not going to accept any old offer. It's right below, it's right between the Emperor and the Three of Wands. So, Four of Cups, arms folded. You're like, no, not any offer is going to do, because there's other offers out there. And so you're not going to settle. You are not going to settle. You're going to stay true to yourself. You're going to protect all the love that you have, which is a lot, in your heart. Got the Nine of Cups right next to that Four of Cups. And you're like, no, I'm not handing out my love until I'm sure that this is what I want. Because now it's like, you know what you want. Your arms are crossed again. Arms are crossed. You're like holding steadfast to what you want, okay? From life, from love. So, you're going to protect those cups. And you're going to keep them there until you're ready to hand it out. Under the Emperor is the King of Swords. The King of Swords now is air. That'd be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. That might be strong in your chart or someone else's chart around this reading. But more importantly, this is about having your sword up. So you're in self-protection mode, just like with the Emperor. You're holding steadfast, Your sword is up, and you're looking for truth and clarity. It's like, don't even come near me if you are not the one. If you are not a ship, please just back off. And stay away. And you're going to be looking for that truth in any offer that comes your way. On the other side of the Three of Wands is the King of Pentacles. They better have a pentacle when they come forward. This is one of those things that you know you want, okay? This is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, an earth energy that might be strong in your chart or in someone else's around this reading. The King of Pentacles, here you are, focused on that pentacle. Yeah, they better have a pentacle in their pocket, because you're holding out. You're holding that love back, and you're holding out for the right ship to come in And that ship better have a pentacle. They better be committable, secure, stable, and all the things that you need from a relationship. I just suddenly got this feeling that you've been like a babysitter in other relationships. And now you want one that's much more mature, and you want to make sure that they are already grounded coming in. I have the Queen of Cups under the King of Swords. This is your energy, Scorpio. This is Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. This is in your reading. It's right below the King of Swords, having your guard up, which is right below the Emperor. I mean, holding really true to yourself. The Queen of Cups has questions about love. So you're going to be, like examining any offers that come in, and you're going to be checking it out for the love too. Are they lovable? Are they committable? You're really, you got your feet, you see these waters of emotions? They run all around the bottom of this Queen of Cups, all that water. Water is emotions. In the tarot deck, cups are love. And so you're really going to be careful, and you're really going to seek the answers that you need to your questions when anyone comes forward. And it has to do with love, and it has to do with security and stability, them being grounded. It's next to the Page of Cups. So what you're looking for here with the Queen of Cups too is to make sure that they're not offering a Page of Cups. That their cup does not have a fish in it, so it's not tainted with something else. It's not full of something else besides love. And you're going to be looking for that at the beginnings of any relationship that comes towards you. So Pisces might be strong in your chart or in someone else's chart also, because with the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, that's 2 for Pisces. So, it's a possibility. But it's the energies that are most important in these readings. So yeah, looking out there, looking for your ship, wanting your ship to come in. They must not be, when they make an offer, they better not have a fish in their cup, because you're going to have your guard up and you're going to know it. You're absolutely aware, hyper aware of the energies of these people who might be coming forward. I have the 10 of Pentacles under the King of Pentacles and next to the Page of Cups. This is what you want. You want a solid, secure, stable, grounded, committed relationship between 2 people. You want to eventually marry this person, okay? There's extended family, there's pets, and there's a child. So this is all about the family situation, marriage, commitment. And so, yeah, you're not going to settle because you know what you want. And you're tired of dinking around. You just want to get on with it, and find the right person, and not waste your time on someone who does not have these qualities that you're looking for. Being stubborn about it. Good for you. Gosh, there is somebody coming in, I think. Let's keep pulling these out. Oh, the Queen of Swords. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, we have the 10 of Cups up here, Scorpios, in your highest energy. This is an equal exchange of love. Sunshine and rainbows. Look at union between 2 people. There's children playing in the background. There's a lot of joy and love associated with this card and union. Now, like I said, this is what you're waiting for to come in. And you're going to hold those cups of love that you have until you think this person has come in and there is an offer coming in that is going to be sincere. This is the Knight of Cups. That cup has no fish in it. This is not, the page. This is the Knight. And, male or female, they come in and make a love offer. Now, this love offer could start out as anything. It can be your phone number. Can I have it? A walk. It can be a cup of coffee. It can be, you want to go to dinner, or, you run into them at a grocery store. It's like any kind of offer, okay, that comes through is the beginnings here. But you'll know when it's the right one. Of the 10 of Cups, and that's what you're looking for. And you're also looking for the 10 of Pentacles. These, like having those 2 cards in your reading and the Knight of Cups, it's coming in. You're still going to be on guard, It's not going to be easy to win you over, but the Knight of Cups usually does win some people over because they're sincere, and usually you do see through it and you do recognize how sincere they are. So I feel like there's conversation going on, but you're still on guard. You're like, are they telling me the truth? Do they mean what they say? Are they just agreeing with me just to agree with me? You know, just things like that. So you're going to stay on guard in self-protection mode. I have the Five of Wands under the Ten of Cups, which is next to that Knight of Cups, and next to the King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is going to put you up in your head. When this offer comes through, you're going to be, some anxiety is going to come in. You know, I don't think you're going to really expect it. I think it's going to be like, no, really? Come on, this can't be what I'm waiting for. So there's anxiety, there's confusion, and there's stress associated with this Ten of Cups that is coming in. There's an offer that's going to lead to that Ten of Cups down the road, and also this Ten of Pentacles. And this Five of Wands, which is next to the King of Pentacles, it's just like, no, they can't really be grounded. No, they haven't really, you know, let's say you're older. No, they haven't really retired from years of whatever. And, you know, no, it can't be the person I dreamed of. So you're going to be stressed. You're going to ask the questions. I have that card right here. You're going to seek that truth and clarity. You're not going to let anybody fool you. It's like, you know, fool me once, your fault. Fool me twice, my fault. Something like that. But I see you're like, I have the Eight of Cups here under the Knight of Cups. So you don't reach right out for that cup. That's probably why that Four of Cups is right there. And it's like, no, you just like, no, I'm not just going to jump into anything. I have questions, lots of questions, right next to the Queen of Swords. So now we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords in your reading. So this relationship, because of your stubbornness and you knowing what you want and what you don't want, and, you know, ready to move forward, waiting for your ship before you do anything, you're going to make darn sure that they are your ship coming in. Because you're so much on guard, this whole relationship is going to be based on truth and clarity. That's how it's going to start, okay? Because we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. That is a lot of conversation and a lot of truth and clarity. But you're going to ask the questions. You're not so shy that you're not going to ask the questions. You will. Because, remember, you're the Emperor. You're in the Emperor's energy. So you're going to ask the questions before moving forward, before accepting their offer to get to know each other even better, you know? Mm-hmm. And but you will give it serious consideration, and usually once the Knight of Cups is here, you're going to find out that they are sincere. I have the Justice card under the Five of Wands and next to the Ten of Pentacles. This is the card for Libra, and look, there's two air signs, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, that might be strong in somebody's chart around this reading. And then now we have Libra. So Libra, the Justice card, this is you with your sword up again, the energy. Try to keep your scales balanced, because when this person comes in, it kind of throws you off balance, because you're just like, you already know that you're holding back. You already know what you want. You're not going to jump into any relationship. And then they come in, it's like, oh, you know, you're still trying to protect yourself. You're still trying to keep your scales balanced. But you're up in your head about this person. This is a soulmate. It's definitely a soulmate with the King and Queen of Swords here. And like I say, your relationship will be based on, and it'll start out as getting to know each other and finding out the truth and getting the clarity about one another's, you know, the deep stuff, the stuff that really matters, the stuff that counts. So right next to the Justice card is the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius might be strong in your chart or their chart or around this reading. But there you are. You know, you're like, no, you're not just going to reach right out for that cup. You're going to keep your back turned to it until you get all your answers. But you are holding on to that staff of fresh starts and new beginnings. But now you're the King of Wands, the energy. and you're getting ready to move forward. You're like, oh wow, I'm really feeling like this might be the person. So I see a story going on here, and you are moving forward. And you know what? You manifested this whole thing by being true to yourself and just waiting for your ship to come in. I have the Magician right next to the King of Wands. It's right under the Queen of Swords. You're using your intuition to ask the right questions. You're following your gut on anyone who approaches you, okay? You have all the tools to make a relationship work. You already know that because you have the infinity symbol too. And you're going to put your tools, all your tools to work for you. And what's happened is you've manifested the right person to come in. The one that you've been hoping for will be coming in. Although it will, you will take your time to get to know them. Let me see what's on the bottom of this deck. The Four of Swords. Yes. So, the Four of Swords, very spiritual. Stained glass windows, swords of truth and clarity. Those swords are really important in this reading. But this is, you've spent time alone. You spent time either meditating or praying or just doing soul searching to discover what it is you want and what you don't want. And you know now. So you've spent a lot of time alone. You've been hoping for your ship to come in, the right one, the right person. And you're going to take those swords. You're going to take everything that you've learned about yourself and, everything that you've prayed for from the universe or meditated about, and you're going to move forth with those swords of truth and clarity here. And this is going to actually be the Kickstarter of this new relationship that's coming in. And what you won't know right away is that, yes, they do have a pentacle, and they can love. They're lovable and secure and stable, and they want to get to know you better too. This is nice, Scorpios. This is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.